As the old saying goes, lost but not forgotten. Unfortunately, in the real world, once you're dead, once you're irrelevant, you're just that. You're forgotten. But some things don't deserve to be forgotten. And today while I was showering, I was looking at my incredible muscles, my adaptable body, and I thought, hey, we haven't talked about Mahoraga yet, and I haven't heard Mahoraga mentioned in a while, and this is someone that should not be forgotten. So today we're talking about Mahoraga. I don't know what this thing is, but I'm here for it. Mahoraga fans, manga spoilers are ahead. Be warned. What exactly is Mahoraga? Well, unironically, Mahoraga is the least hated JJK character. And I extend this question to you. Do you know anyone? I know you have friends who you talk to JJK about. Do you know anyone who hates Mahoraga? It doesn't exist. I promise you. There is legitimately no reason to hate Mahoraga, and we'll talk about that later, but he does two things very well. First of all, he pushes the Sukuna fraud agenda, which as we know is incredibly important, and much more important is that when you're talking about Mahoraga, you're talking about Megumi, and that gives birth to Megumi slander, the most important thing in the JJK community. And it's not just the agenda pushing that makes this guy so lovable. I mean, look how happy he looks to be not hated by anyone. I mean, he has a name that exudes aura, he seeps it, he oozes it. 8-handled sword, divergent Sila, divine general Mahoraga? What the fuck does that even mean? No one knows. All anyone knows is that it sounds fucking radical. Now, I'm one of those people who thinks that the word divine makes anything cooler, so Mahoraga, you're my guy. He also has zero characterization, but people have given it some throughout the series. And yes, I know Mahoraga's an it. Sometimes I'll call it a he just because, you know, the whole stepfather meme. Anyway, zero characterization. This guy is just a Shikigami. This is basically a cursed spirit, but people of the community love Mahoraga so much that they make him chibi, they make him cool, they make him drippy, anything you want. Mahoraga has become more of a character, meta-wise, than he was in the series. Very importantly, he is the only character able to guard Gojo in the open court, and let me tell you, I'm nice with it on the hardwood. Unlike Mahoraga, Rudy Gobert would not want to see me in an ISO one-on-one situation, is all I'm saying. Mahoraga can guard people, alright? Now this next point is actually incredibly important and shows just how cool Mahoraga is. He is so goated that even the Gojo PR team loves it. The most heinous, devious PR team in all of JJK, the community, loves Mahoraga even though he was critical in Gojo's defeat. Fucking goat. And last but not least, Mahoraga does have suspect drip, but it works for the big fella. I mean, it has those big loose pants that works for a lot of people, but those nipple chains, I personally wouldn't rock them. The wheel is kind of kitsch. Regardless, Mahoraga is dope. Now we can talk about what Mahoraga has done in series and perhaps out of series. First of all, Mahoraga's taken the 10 shadows from a strong to an insanely busted curse technique. Yeah, the wolves are cool. The snake is cool. Nua is cool. Mahoraga's not even a fucking animal. Mahoraga literally makes the entire technique what it is. Like, brother, if this technique was called the One Shadow, it would still be OP if it was just Mahoraga. Now, Mahoraga also refused to let poor MAPPA workers go home. That is so incredibly based. Just for me to consume JJK when I wanted to, every week. And then guess what? Mahoraga did it again, part 2, when they redid the Sukuna Mahoraga fight. I mean, listen, I'm all for the 6-day work week. I like the 12-hour days. Get to work, you. And while it pains me to say it, yes, Mahoraga also tutored Suki-kun, gave him the blueprints on how to defeat Gojo. Unfortunately, it was clearly the only way Sukuna could have done it. I don't care, come at me in the comments. But Mahoraga, dang, A+ student too. Now, I don't know what to say about this next point, but Mahoraga literally vomits on screen. I don't really remember why. I'm pretty sure it's because it, eats suds or something. But dog, how can you still be so hard after vomiting in front of an audience of millions of people? I mean, he looks like my friends on a fucking Friday or Saturday night. And through the vomiting, through the tutoring, he's also turned into a giant. He caused an insurance scandal through a bunch of cars. What the fuck can't he do? Mappa took a lot of creative liberties, but I'm here for Mahoraga, no matter what. And adding on to Mahoraga's strength, it manages to one-tap one of the strongest curse techniques in the series. Yorozu got fucking bodied. Yes, it was already adapted, but it didn't matter. And then Mahoraga also, the piece de resistance. It managed to squirrel its way out of having to listen to Megumi, because that shit no longer exists. So as usual, we might be asking the question, how strong is Mahoraga really? I mean, he's incredibly busted. Do not forget this fact. We are not talking about Mahoraga enough because, Sukuna has been running the gauntlet for fucking years, it seems like at this point. He wipes basically any non-special grade sorcerer, and in my opinion, he might even be able to survive Love Bast, particularly because shit-ass dog shit-ass plan Geto managed to survive it. I will say though, Mahoraga still loses to Yuta. Now, about Mahoraga adaptations, the worst part about Mahoraga is that it just wasn't in the series long enough to see its fucking dope power enough. So, I have shown you in these slides how it adapts to other characters. For instance, if it were fighting Nobara, it could do nothing. Perhaps it could get a little bit weaker for a more interesting battle. Turn into Naoya, turn into a sexist or misogynist. You know, I think that would make for an interesting Nobara battle versus Mahoraga. If it were fighting a Chad like Choso, it could gaslight him into thinking that the JJK community actually liked the culling games. Meta tangent here. I'm finding that on Reddit, people are saying, oh my god, dude, Gege was at his peak during the culling games. Hell nah. You guys hated that shit. Don't fucking lie. Even cross-verse, if it was fighting Arthur Morgan, who has fucking time-stop quick draw, I mean, it could adapt to being able to cough really far, and then Arthur Morgan, you're dead within days, buddy. And unlike Hikari, I'm 100% certain that Mahoraga could defeat Uraume by developing vocal cords and glazing Sukuna harder than they can, which would inevitably lead to Uraume's suicide. But I mean, there's more, to be honest. If it was fighting Hassan, it could develop vocal cords and tell him that being a Shikigami is actually even harder than streaming. If a software engineer approached it on the street, it could gain the ability to socialize and watch them flee, perhaps spontaneously combust. If it was Sukuna, Mahoraga could actually try this time. I've become a Mahoraga glazer. I'm only wearing white shirts now. And if it was fighting someone way stronger than anyone in JJK, it could actually just turn gray and punch him really hard. And that would be that. So, in conclusion, what can we say about Mahoraga? Bro adapted to the hatred of anime communities. I have never seen non-hateable discourse on any character, I think. It is actually so based how much aura Mahoraga exudes, how cool the character is at basically every point in the series. And although it is basically a wet towel character-wise, because it's not actually supposed to have personality, people turn it into a cutie pie, or a monster, or whatever your intended use case was. And its power is so hacked, so busted, that it's stronger than your favorite fictional character. It's stronger than Gojo, it's stronger than Sukuna, I don't care. It's stronger than Hassan. Adaptation, evolution, this is what Darwin was here for. And next, this is how you know a person, a character is so fucking dope when they have confidence. Because Mahoraga has the confidence to wear whatever. I'm telling you, those nipple chains, I gotta keep talking about him. It's not really me. Might be a Russell Westbrook thing, but I don't know. And while it's so confident, while it's so strong, it's also an intellectual because it tutored our favorite villain, Suki Boy, Suki-chan, Suki-kun, into learning physics. This next point really isn't about Mahoraga, but I gotta say, MAPPA workers, going home is for chumps. Get to work, now. This video is sponsored by America. Can I say that? Mahoraga? It's given the nod. And last but not least, Loki, when you think about it, Mahoraga's kind of the goat of JJK. I forgot how cool it is. If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing. Mahoraga PR team, let me hear you down below. I haven't heard from you guys in a while. Anti-Mahoraga PR team, if you exist, please let me know as well. Leave suggestions down below for any future videos, any character series games we want to cover. Listen, I'm going on vacation in about a month, and I need content to stock up on. So if you have anything that you want to see, boom, type to Luca. Luca might even reply to you. Send you a kissy emoji, kissy face. Enticing proposition. As always, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really love making these things. I had a good time making this one. Mahoraga's low-key the GOAT. You're looking incredibly sexy today. Remember, if you subscribe, you get 69,420 extra sexiness points for a limited time only, before the end of 2024. I love you. Goodbye.